Hello friend, welcome to back my channel. Old Coins History Today video. The 1983 United Kingdom 20 pence coin holds a unique and historic place in the broader timeline of British numismatics. It is one of the first decimal era coins to break away from the traditional round shape, embracing a seven-sided heptagonal design that is both easily recognizable and highly functional. The coin was introduced during a transitional period of British coinage, one that followed the decimalization of the currency system in 1971 and represented a continuing modernization of Britain's monetary landscape. Though not the very first, year of issue 4, the 20 pence, that distinction belongs to 1982. The 1983 coin comes at a time of great confidence in the new coin's popularity and efficiency. It also coincided with a time when Queen Elizabeth II was celebrating 30 years on the throne, making this year a commemorative watermark of her reign. In subtle ways across British coinage, the 1983 20p coin was minted in cupro-nickel and weighed approximately 5 grams, with a diameter of about 21.4 millimeters. Its composition includes 84% copper and 16% nickel, a standard alloy for British cupro-nickel coins of that era. This makes it durable and resistant to corrosion, which is why even circulated coins from that year tend to show good resilience with preserved designs. Its seven-sided equilateral curve, heptagon shape, was revolutionary and practical. This shape allowed the coin to be easily distinguishable by both touch and visual inspection, even among other coins of similar size, which is especially beneficial for the visually impaired. Furthermore, the consistent diameter across all axes made it suitable for use in vending machines. An important consideration during the rise of self-service, kiosks, and transportation ticket machines in the 1980s, on the obverse head side of the 1983 20 pence coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Make. This effigy was used on British coinage from 1968 until 1984. It shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift from her grandmother, Queen Mary. The inscription around the portrait reads Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1983, which is an abbreviation of the Latin phrase De Gratia Regina Fidei, defensor, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, defender of the faith. This reflects the monarch's religious and constitutional role as both sovereign and head of the Church of England. The placement of the date on the obverse was standard at the time. With the reverse dedicated purely to the denomination and design motif, the reverse tails side of the coin displays a striking design by Christopher Ironside, a prominent artist who contributed many post-decimal designs. The reverse features a crowned Tudor rose, a traditional floral symbol of England, which represents unity and continuity in British history, especially after the Wars of the Roses between the House of Lancaster and the House of York. The rose is set prominently in the center of the coin and is topped by a royal crown. Around the edge is the legend 20 pence, clearly marking the denomination for easy public recognition. This clear, clean, heraldic design was praised for its symbolic depth as well as its clarity. From a production and mintage standpoint, the 1983 20 pence coin was minted both for general circulation and as part of annual proof sets. While it is not as rare as some of the more elusive 20p errors or commemorative coins from other years, it still retains a respectable position among collectors, especially those focusing on full-date runs or Queen Elizabeth II era coins. In circulated condition, the coin's value is close to face value or a modest premium, but uncirculated or proof versions in pristine condition can fetch higher values in numismatic markets. The Royal Mint did not report any major mintage errors in 1983, but the overall quality and consistency of these coins remain a testament to the minting standards of the time. The socio-economic context of the 1983 coin is also significant. During this period, Britain was under the leadership of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, and the country was undergoing deep economic and structural reforms. Monetarily, the early 1980s were a time of inflationary pressures, changes in public spending, and modernization of industries, including public transport systems, which increasingly used coin-operated machines. The introduction and continued issue of the 2p coin was seen as practically fit between the 1p and 50p coins, helping to streamline cash transactions and fill a long-existing gap in coin denominations. Another interesting aspect of the 1983 2p coin is its broader symbolic value. Although not a commemorative coin, its association with the steady evolution of British currency, its unique shape, and its status as part of the decimal series make it a cultural milestone in British coinage. In comparison to other global coins, at the time, the 20 pence was seen as modern, distinctive, and efficient. Other countries began to emulate the multi-sided coin format, seeing its benefits for accessibility and machine-readability. As we approach numismatic appreciation, collectors often seek this coin not only for its age, but for the broader story it tells. The Arnold Machen portrait was nearing the end of its usage in 1983, replaced the following year by the Raphael Miklofa effigy, making the 1983 coin one of the last to feature this iconic depiction of the Queen. Collectors with a focus on the changing portraits of Elizabeth II find this to be a significant point in the series, marking the transition from one artistic interpretation of monarchy to another. In summary, the 1983 20 pence coin stands out not because of extreme rarity or high value, but due to its rich contextual background. It represents the tail end of a classic portrait era, a stable phase in post-decimalization coinage, and the institutionalization of one of the most functional and recognizable coin shapes in British numismatic history, whether found in a collector's album, change jar, or antique market. This coin continues to offer insight into the evolution of British currency, royal imagery, and national identity during the latter half of the 20th century. As with many coins, its worth lies not just in its face value, but in its ability to connect us with the heritage, economy, and artistry of a nation. The 2006 United Kingdom 20 pence coin holds a meaningful and enduring place within the spectrum of modern British coinage. Struck during the long and stable reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin was produced in a time of political, cultural, and economic balance, and it reflects both continuity and tradition in British monetary design. Issued by the Royal Mint, the 20 pence coin of 2006 is a part of the decimal system, introduced in 1971. And although the denomination itself was first released in 1982, the 2006 version stands as a matured representation of the currency's evolution. The coin's distinguishing feature, its seven-sided equilateral curve heptagon shape, remained unchanged since its introduction, a shape that not only made the coin instantly recognizable by touch, but also allowed it to function smoothly in coin-operated machines and public fare systems, which had become increasingly reliant on automated technologies by the mid-2000s. The choice of this specific shape demonstrates careful consideration for both the visually impaired and for commercial practicality, reflecting the inclusive and adaptive nature of British coin design. The obverse of the 2006 20 pence coin features the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank. Introduced in 1998 and used until 2015, this portrait was known for its realism and dignity. Rank broadly chose to depict the monarch with an honest, mature appearance. In contrast to the earlier, more youthful representations, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an heirloom piece, and one of her most iconic accessories. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg, FD 2006, which translates to Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This wording preserves the long-standing tradition of emphasizing the monarch's constitutional and religious authority. The obverse also contains a beaded border that adds formality to the portrait and provides an aesthetic balance to the coins. Design by 2006. This portrait had become a familiar image to millions of Britons and Commonwealth citizens, embedded into daily transactions and coin collections alike. On the reverse side of the 2006 20p coin is the design originally created by Christopher Ironside in 1982, which remained in use through 2008. At the center of the reverse is a crowned Tudor rosa, especially as a legacy of the conflict between the houses of Lancaster and York. The rose is a time-honored emblem of England, and the addition of the royal crown atop it emphasizes the monarchy's enduring presence and authority in British life. Surrounding this central emblem are the words 20 pence, inscribed in an elegant serif font with no numerals indicating the year, which remains solely on the obverse, the absence of the date, pre-2008 issues. The reverse design is well-balanced and imbued with national symbolism, making the coin as artistically resonant as it is functionally sound. Ironside's design choices highlight simplicity, tradition, and clarity, important factors for circulating currency. In terms of technical specifications, the 2006 20 pence coin was struck in cupronickel, a durable and corrosion-resistant alloy made up of 84% copper and 16% nickel. The coin weighs 5.0 grams and measures 21.4 millimeters in diameter. With a thickness of approximately 1.7 millimeters, its seven-sided shape not only distinguishes it physically, but also makes it readily machine-readably practical advantage in modern vending and transportation systems. The smooth edges lack milling or reading, but the coin's contour is enough to prevent counterfeiting and allows users to easily differentiate it from similarly sized denominations, such as the 10 pence or 5 pence coins. The Royal Mint utilized advanced coining techniques to ensure high quality and uniformity across millions of pieces struck that year. Mintage figures for the 2006 issue are estimated at over 69 million, indicating widespread circulation and usage throughout the UK and some overseas territories that accept British currency. Contextually, the 2006 20 pence coin circulated during a time of both domestic and international developments in the UK. Tony Blair was serving his third term as Prime Minister, and the British economy, while facing pressures such as rising oil prices and global uncertainty, was generally stable. The coin was part of everyday commerce used in vending machines, parking meters, supermarkets, and transportation systems across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. By this point, the decimal system had been in place for over 3 decades, and younger generations had grown up with it as the norm. Unlike older citizens who remembered pre-decimal coins like the shilling, florin, or halfpenny, as such, the 2006 20p represented not only monetary value, but also a cultural artifact of a modernized Britain, a coin that symbolized continuity, functionality, and identity. For collectors, the 2006 20 pence is often sought as part of a complete date-run collection or as a piece representing the rank broadly portrait era. In circulated condition, the coin generally holds face value or a modest premium depending on condition. Uncirculated examples, especially those in Royal Mint annual sets, can fetch slightly higher prices due to their pristine condition and low handling preservation. Proof versions, often struck with polished dies and on specially prepared planchettes, are of greater interest to numismatists. These proofs offer a level of sharpness and detail that exceeds regular strikes, highlighting every line of the Queen's tiara and every petal of the Tudor rose. However, it is important to note that the 2006 20p coin is not considered rare, nor does it carry the numismatic excitement of the 2008 undated Mule error, which mistakenly omitted the date from both sides. Nevertheless, it is valued as part of the broader story of British currency. The transition from the Ironside design to the newer Matthew Dent design in 2008 means that the 2006 coin stands near the end of an era. Dent's 2008 redesign saw the introduction of a new set of reverse designs that, when assembled, formed the Royal Shield of Armza. The 20p coin under Dent's design featured a segment of the shield rather than a standalone emblem. Thus, coins like the 2006 issue represent final years of the standalone heraldic and floral themes that had dominated British coins for decades. For historians and collectors alike, this makes the 2006 coin an important piece linking the traditional to the contemporary. In summary, the 2006 20 pence coin is a finely balanced combination of utility, tradition, and design integrity. Its continued presence in circulation today, nearly 2 decades after minting tests, to the durability of both its physical form and its cultural value. Whether examined through the lens of design history, material science, political context, or symbolic meaning, the coin offers insight into a Britain confidently situated in the 21st century, yet still firmly rooted in its rich and storied heritage. The coin is small in size, but vast in meaning bridging monarchs, mint masters, metalworkers, and millions of daily users. Each time it changes hands, it carries with it echoes of a kingdom, a queen, and a nation's evolving narrative.